I'm Chief Travis Brummingen with the Sunbury City Police Department. To my left is Sergeant Brad Slack, and to my right is District Attorney Mike O'Donnell. We're convening this press conference today to address the homicide investigation that took place at 147 Market Street in the city of Sunbury yesterday, the August 15th, 2024. The initial call came in at 11:59 a.m. Sunbury police were dispatched to a shots fired with an individual who was down on the ground. Upon police arrival, Sunbury police, along with multiple agencies, converged on the area, and one male who basically was on the ground attempts to resuscitate him were unsuccessful. Was a single gunshot wound to the chest. A investigation took place with the Sunbury Police Department and the Northumberland County District Attorney's Office. Again, multiple agencies were involved: Pennsylvania State Police, the Sheriff's Department, Northumberland Police, Point Township Police, units from Lewisburg, from Milton, Selinsgrove, and Shamokin Dam were involved in the investigation. Throughout the investigation, it was learned through different means of gathering information throughout the investigation that an individual who was identified as Denari Springs of Northumberland, Pennsylvania, is identified as the individual who shot and killed our victim. In the investigation, it was also learned that there was some accomplices, and these individuals also have been charged with conspiracy. With these charges, a Nasir Dante Robinson of Sunbury and a Carnell Shelbourne of Nescapec, PA. Mr. Springs was charged with criminal homicide, felony aggravated assault, a felony person not to possess a firearm, a felony flight to avoid apprehension, trial, or punishment, and felony recklessly endangering another person. Nasir Robinson was charged with conspiracy to commit criminal homicide, conspiracy to commit aggravated assault, conspiracy to commit recklessly endangering another person. Carnell Shelbourne was charged with conspiracy to commit criminal homicide, conspiracy to commit aggravated assault, conspiracy to commit recklessly endangering another person. Mr. Robinson and Mr. Shelbourne were taken into custody last evening at approximately 10 p.m. at 125 North 12th Street here in the city of Sunbury without incident. Both individuals were transported then to Northumberland County Prison, where they awaited arraignment. Both individuals were arraigned this morning by District Magistrate Rachel Weiss-Benner. Both individuals, Mr. Shelbourne and Mr. Robinson, have been committed and remanded to Northumberland County Prison with no bail. Mr. Springs is wanted in connection with the murder of our victim in this incident and is considered to be armed and dangerous. Anyone with information of Mr. Springs' whereabouts is asked to contact the Sunbury Police Department at 570-988-4539. At this time, any questions?
So we know that the three men facing charges were at the Moultrie and the Ridge trial. That's for the retaliation shooting. Can you comment at this time on their connection to that trial?
I'm going to let DA O'Donnell answer those questions. Any other questions with the police department in the investigation?
Is it believed that Mr. Springs is still in Pennsylvania at this time, or in the local area? Or?
At this point, his whereabouts are unknown.
Any physical indicators for him? Car, what he was wearing?
I have a picture, the best picture that we have, of Mr. Springs yesterday coming out of the Northumberland County Courthouse. That is the best picture we have at this point. I will pass that picture around. I actually do have copies for you. So you have that picture. That's the best picture we have of him at this time.
Did all three men flee together, or were they in separate vehicles at the time?
Part of the investigation, the two of the individuals that are charged in this were in a separate vehicle, and Mr. Spring was in another vehicle as well.
Just want to make sure I'm understanding it right. They cornered the victim with their cars, and then that's when Springs.
Want to say corner, I would say more boxed him in.
Okay.
And then prior to the shooting, two of the individuals charged in this had moved forward. Gunshot then came out, and at that point, the individuals took off together, but then fled in separate directions.
Was the victim also in the courthouse, or was he just in the parking lot with family?
The victim was in the parking lot, had just come out of the courthouse, and was with family.
For pronunciation purposes, is the victim's name Davion Creel?
That is correct. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to D.A. O'Donnell.
Thank you, Chief Remingen. Thank you, everyone, for coming again today. Before I begin, I again want to thank the Sunbury Police Department, Northumberland County Sheriff's Department, and all the responding agencies that assisted yesterday. I guess special thanks to Chief Remingen and our detective, Ron Zanella, for working through the night and all the work that they put into this case. Yesterday was a dark day in Northumberland County's history. First, I'll address the mistrial of the attempted homicide case. Yesterday was the trials of Anthony Moultrie and Frankie Ritchie. That was declared a mistrial due to the homicide occurring outside of the courthouse during our lunch break. Jurors were outside during their lunch break when the homicide occurred. Both the individuals who were involved in the shooting and the deceased were all present in the courthouse. The homicide was related to the attempted homicide trial that was occurring in the courthouse. Again, as Chief said, the shooter has been identified as Denari Springs. The individuals that are allegedly involved with the homicide, Nazir Robinson and Carnell Shelbourne, have been arrested and are incarcerated without bail. The victim in the shooting, Davion Creel, passed away at the scene. This is a tragic event. The Northumberland County District Attorney's Office is really in dire need of the resources and financing to combat this ongoing gang violence. The homicide and yesterday's alleged homicide trial have been a continuation of violence that has plagued our county for the last few years. Thank you again, everyone, for coming. Safety of the public is obviously our number one concern. Anyone with any information on Mr. Springs' whereabouts, please contact the Sunbury Police Department or contact the Northumberland County District Attorney's Office. Thank you, guys.
Any questions?
Yeah. So the person I spoke with you yesterday, we were very fearful. They said that shootings in the Sunbury area are becoming too common, as well as a suspect is still on the loose. Anything that you want to let the public know, safety-wise, to make them feel a little bit at ease?
I'll let Chief answer that.
At this point, the Sunbury Police Department is staffed by 8 full-time officers as well as 8 part-time officers. At this point, City Council is attempting to hire more officers, and our main concern and our main is for the safety of the citizens of Sunbury. As we move forward, we do have 2 individuals that are in the academy at this point, so that will bring us to 10. And we also will be sending another individual to the academy in October. That will bring us to 11. A full complement for the Sunbury Police Department, my beliefs would be 15 officers. So as council works, they do have budget restraints, but we understand that. But again, giving us the tools and the manpower for the street is a concern, but council has worked very well with us, and council has agreed to, again, assist in bringing more officers to the street.
Isn't it also, though, that you have streets manned quite often with multiple officers every night?
Yes, we do have worked the schedule with the recent hires of part-time officers to put more officers on the street. Our concern with that is our part-time officers do also have full-time jobs other places, and the hiring of more full-time officers would be at the liberty of council and within the budgetary, with the budget of the city of Sunbury.
And with 30 officers, it stopped this from happening.
30 officers could have been on, and this incident still would have taken place. But as we always say, more police presence is definitely something that we always want and that we need. But again, with budget constrictions and things like that, council is doing their best, and I will say they work with the police department very well. We have a great relationship with our council. But like we said, we could have 30 officers on the street. These incidents are going to take place. We can't be in every place at every time. So with that being said, we are beefing up patrols, especially after with this incident. We'll continue to put more manpower on the streets as we go forward.
For the district attorney, you mentioned gang violence in Sunbury. Are all three of the suspects involved in gang activity as well as the victim?
So I have no comment on that, but as more information comes out, we'll directly address that.
Mike, I understand. I think Roberts has testified in the trial. Am I correct on that?
He was present during the trial.
The other
Yes.
two, were they scheduled to be witnesses in the trial?
The individual who is deceased was not testifying at the trial, was just there for understanding to support family, but he was not a witness.
How about the Mr. Springs?
Mr. Springs was not a witness, but he, again, was present during the criminal trial. Yep.
So they all the suspect and the victim were in the same trial? They were all in?
They were all in the gallery.
Okay.
So
And can you comment further on any connections between the suspect and the victim, or?
not at this time, other than what I said earlier, that this is an ongoing continuation of violence that's been occurring for the last few years, and this is just another, I guess, another day with the continued violence in that trend. So
Can you firmly say that the shooting outside of the courthouse was gang-related?
I can say that it was involved with the attempted homicide trial.
So isn't it last year, alleged shooter was found not guilty of attempted homicide, and the victim was deemed guilty?
The shooter in this incident.
I can take this.
Okay.
So the court records would speak for themselves, but there's a long history of this. Like I said, over the past few years, I'd say a lot of these individuals have been involved in our criminal justice system, and it's a continuation of what's been going on.
Any other questions?
Or will anyone else be facing charges?
The investigation is active at this time, and at this point, we're looking at other individuals and attempting to interview individuals. So the outcome of any further arrest, with it being an active investigation, I couldn't say yes or no.
And I'll just add on that. Anyone who would be assisting Mr. Springs in concealing his whereabouts or assisting him from not being arrested by law enforcement will be prosecuted to the furthest extent of the law.
Any other questions? One is press release.
Thank you,
Thank you.
guys. Thank you, guys.